Thanks for coming, everybody. This has truly become a dream of mine. Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to write a show. And you're seeing this on the ground level. This is the first time Infamous has been performed. We are doing Act 1 tonight. So just understand this is a staged reading. The actors will be having books in their hands, and they'll be singing from librettos. So they haven't memorized the lines or anything like that. But they will be presenting the parts to you and acting the dialogue and the scenes out for you. So I'm really thrilled that you could all attend tonight. And I would just like to thank Scott and the Guarino's family for hosting this event. It was very gracious of them. I'm excited to be doing theater again. It's been a tough year, but you know, we're here tonight, we can enjoy this, and I'm just thankful that this night can happen. So thank you all for being here. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome our actors. If you could please join us. And we would like you to enjoy the show. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Prologue, Secretary of War, Edwin Stanton's office, War Department, 1865, dark. Stanton and Baker are behind a translucent scrim around Stanton's desk. They appear as shadow.
Have you heard the news?
Congratulations, sir. General Lee's surrender is fantastic news.
But we can't celebrate yet.
Sir?
We cannot allow them to be this forgiving. The war is not over, but if these next steps are not handled correctly, if we do not stake the claim to the rule of law, well, then we will face the enemy again, that I promise you.
Sir, You can talk to him.
I will try and persuade him, but if that fails, if all else fails, we must make him see the truth. We must go down another road altogether, a road which may have grave consequences.
Scene 1, Washington Streets, morning. Citizens of Washington, D.C. go about their daily business. The mood is depressed, as the war has taken a massive toll on all aspects of life. A man enters and drops off 2 bales of newspapers for a newsboy.
Let's see, what do we have today? Hey, extra, extra, read all about it. We surrenders at Appomattox, the Confederates surrendered.
Oh, okay.
It's true! The enemy, the Army of Northern Virginia has surrendered. And do you know what that means?
Sherman is on the march now. It won't be long. The war is over.
President Lincoln is calling the entire city to hold a grand illumination tonight in celebration. Prepare. Our sons are coming home. We've waited for so long for this day to begin. Until today our peaceful dream was a pile and stale prayer. We hung to his promise that peace would be here soon. In my heart I know they're coming home, our Union family. Our family.
Fast in knowing that this day would come at last. With our hearts we knew, and faith in God above. Nevermore will blood stain this blessed shore. It's time for our sons, it's time for our brothers to return to a time before. Prepare for the new day among us. Prepare the tables for Thanksgiving. Prepare for your fathers, your brothers and sons. They're coming soon. Spread the news. Come, do you hear that trumpet sound above? It's a freedom song, as far as the wind will blow. Hail the Union, the red, white, and blue. Praise God above, we found a way to defend this land today.
A group of Union soldiers enter.
Yes, we'll rally round the flag, boys, we'll rally once again, shouting the battle cry of freedom. We will rally from the hillside, we'll gather from the plain, shouting the battle cry of freedom. The Union forever, hurrah, boys, hurrah! Down with the treasure, up with the stars, while we rally round the flag, boys, rally once again, shouting the battle cry of freedom.
Through this struggle came our rightful triumph.
But we still feel the pain. Never forget the price that was paid when we stand together and sing.
Rejoice, O Union, a free and equal nation, return our sons once more. Rejoice and hear the call to freedom.
President! Please, sir, Mr. President!
With malice toward none, and charity for all, with firmness in the right, as God gives us the right, let us strive on and preserve what we have won, the sacred right of mankind, of freedom for all.
May God bless and keep you, because we now are free.
Where slavery lives, their liberty cannot be. Thank God for the freedom that belongs to you and me.
Union soldiers return to their families, and then a line of Confederate prisoners are marched through the streets.
Hang up high, every last one. Now there's nowhere for you to run. Hang 'em high, every last one. I hope you get used to that rope, son.
Back away! I said back away, you scum! These are men who fought with honor, with bravery. You will not be forgotten, my brothers.
If you felt so strongly, why aren't you wearing the gray? Hypocrite.
Does God no longer have a country?
Come now, John, it does not do any good to call attention.
It is precisely the reason, Matthews. These are our brothers. Do we say they fought and died in vain? Look at what they are doing. Who are they to tell us how to live? Who are they? They're just puppets of this damned tyrant.
Come on, friend.
And every second we stand idly by, our country dies just a little bit more inside. Well, I will not stand around anymore.
What will you do, John?
You'll see.
Just be careful. People have ears, don't forget.
John, I just love you. Can you sign a picture for me?
See Johnny laughing all that bad?
The General! He arrives!
Over there, look.
General Grant enters.
Today, on this sovereign day, we take back what was taken, to restore what was broken. We look to the future and sing. Come, do you hear that trumpet sound above? It's a freedom song, as far as the wind will blow. Hear the song of a strong, united people. Our voice is clear, our voice is one. Forever in
Scene 2. Outside Ford's Theater. Front entrance. Morning. Booth, Harry Hawk, and Laura Keene are seated on the steps outside of Ford's Theater. John Ford enters.
John! John! Welcome home, my boy.
Well, hello there, Mr. Ford. You know, Ford's is the only theater I call home.
Well, you'll want your mail, I suppose.
Is there anything special?
The usual ladies who await your penned affection. I'll run and grab it.
Oh, wonderful.
John Ford exits to inside the theater.
Hey, Johnny Cakes. No hello?
How could I forget to say hello to the one, the only Laura Keene on the eve of her final performance? How you feeling, darling? Harry, how are you, old boy?
If I got any better, I would blow up.
A beat. Booth looks out at the streets of Washington and sighs.
All right, get ready.
You have no idea, Matthews.
Come on, sugar. What's wrong?
Look out there. Right or wrong, north and south, nothing makes sense to me now. I feel like I missed my opportunity to be something, or someone special for my country. My sentiments are not a mystery at this point.
Are you bloody kidding me?
You're John Wilkes Booth. Anyone would kill to be in your shoes.
That's not what I mean. Every night, night after night, I go up on that stage to make people laugh and cry. Do they leave changed, or do they go back to their same lives an hour afterwards? I want to do something bigger. I want to make a difference. I want to lay it all on the line, like my brother's there, for something bigger, to make a difference. Thinking back what my father taught me when I was a little boy. He said, son, you are so special. You are one impassioned boy. He believed I could make a difference in this world of strong opinions. He knew I could achieve it all. On a lively stage, they find me now as famous as I could be. Living each day, wondering how to improve society. What difference am I making? What path am I taking? What does Lord in heaven have in store? Wish I had heroes' hands, hands with natural gumption, hands that say in every way, I stand up for what I believe in. Wish I had heroes' hands to stand by my conviction, hands that always speak the truth to build a stronger tomorrow. Like a soldier holding strong and fast to ideas pure and strong, to fight the fight, to right the wrongs, to lead those who want to follow through the triumph and the strife. What we aim for in this life is to make a difference, a difference. Wish I had heroes' hands, hands with natural gumption, hands to say in every way, I stand up for what I believe in. Wish I had heroes' hands to stand by my conviction, hands that always speak the truth to build a stronger tomorrow. To build a stronger tomorrow. If he saw me now, would he be proud? Sun blazing in the spotlight, sold out crowd, never-ending vows. I surely eclipsed his legend. Was it the success he sought, or something more? I don't know if his wish came true. Have I made a difference? Have I made a difference? Have I made a difference my whole life through?
Lucy enters.
John.
Oh, there she is.
Hi, Laura, Sean, Harry.
Oh, that I were a glove upon her hand, that I might touch that cheek.
Needs work. Boo! Am I right, Lucy?
Of course he's convincing Harry.
So, when are you two lovebirds gonna tie the knot? Look, well, I'll be damned, you never told me.
Shh, we're trying to, keep it quiet. Her father has some different ideas about the young man his little princess courts. But I thank you, all of you, our friends. We're just hoping for a brighter future together.
Ladies, gentlemen, I just received written correspondence from the White House. President Lincoln, Mrs. Lincoln, and General Grant in the house tomorrow evening. Thank God. This will really boost ticket sales for sure.
Is he now?
Well, written confirmation right here. Come on, we have work to do. Come on, everybody. No time to sit around. Let's go. Come on.
John Ford, Laura Keene, John Matthews, and Harry Hawk exit into Ford's Theater. Booth and Lucy kiss once they are alone, and then sit on the front steps of Ford's Theater.
Easy there, Tiger.
You know, it's a shame.
Oh, hush, enough of that. We only get these short moments together, and this is how you want to spend them, complaining about the damn Confederacy.
I said it's a shame I can't pick you up right here and marry you.
And why should I suppose marry you, Johnny Booth?
Because you need saving, and I, my lady, am your knight.
Say we just run away, John. A place for just us, the two of us. A place without this war. A place without any politics at all. Let's vanish.
Just pack our bags?
Hit the road.
Out of sight. God, wouldn't that be grand? In another time, in another place, we'll be standing side by side. When tomorrow comes, in another day, this world pulls you in, just fall into my arms. We'll show this world what love is, and was always meant to be. Let's rush forward these sands of time. You know in time I'll love you still. That church bell will still ring out loud till we're there on Chapel Hill. You know time will bring us home. Time will bring us home.
In another time, in another day, we'll be standing side by side. When tomorrow comes, in another day, we can sail to distant lands where no one could reach us.
We can throw away our problems, our love left between us. So let's rush forward these sands of time. You know in time I'll love you still. The church bell will still ring out loud till we're there on Chapel Hill. No time will bring us home. Give it time, love, 'cause time will bring us home. Can I see you later? I have rehearsal over at Grover's this afternoon. Richard III this time.
I wouldn't miss it.
I'll see you at our spot.
Senator Hale enters.
Lucy!
Father?
Never disobey me again. I told you, you have no business being around this boy. Come with me at once.
Father, there is something I have to tell you.
Don't even say it, not another word. I am a loyal senator of these United States, and you are a reflection of me. That boy is dangerous, and I will not have my only daughter gallivanting around Washington like his latest whore.
But Father!
Do you know what he believes? Do you even know? He is a radical Confederate loyalist, Lucy. Does that mean nothing to you?
I love him.
You're just a little girl. You don't even know what love is.
I can make my own decisions.
Look, I suppose it's best you hear this now. I have seen to it that President Lincoln appoint me as the new ambassador to Spain. So, whatever this is with you and him, end it or else the ocean will.
Father, no!
You're wrong. I make the decisions. Now come.
Scene 3, White House dining room, morning. Abraham Lincoln, Mary Lincoln, and Tad Lincoln are eating breakfast in the White House dining room.
I am so very proud of you, my dear.
At last now we can see the light, my sweet apple. It has been such a long and difficult road. I know it has not been easy for you.
Bless your heart.
Knocking is heard at the door.
Mr. Roberts, sir.
Surprise!
Robert!
Oh, welcome home, my son, my boy. Come, come. We were just about to have breakfast. Grab a stump and tell.
Ah, yes.
General Lee, in his spotless uniform, with his noble sword and manner of a gentleman, and General Grant, so dirty, in his uniform borrowed by a private. It was great. Two living legends under one roof.
Both of them are great men, son. But you know, I do not wish that military life for you. This war has taken a toll on everybody. I am glad we all have come out of this together. And I'm glad that we're all together now.
Words cannot explain this feeling in my chest. My boys now home together, I can finally get some rest. The butterflies have flown because you're finally home. You're here, finally together. Home is where the heart is. Home is where we all belong. On the politics or war, what would it all be for? It's where the heart is.
Welcome home, my son. I'm very proud of you. You served your country strong and proud, jubilant and true. Let's catch up on the past. Ah, the time flies fast. You're here, finally together. Home is where the heart is. Home is where we all belong. Whether politics or war, what would it all be for? It's where the heart is. Robert, I think it is now the time for you to put away that war-torn uniform, take the next couple of years and study in college, and then we will see if you are a chip off the old block or not.
Yes, Father, I can see it now. Lincoln and Son attorneys at law.
Son?
Oh! I can see it too, my boys. We can't wait for the sun to rise tomorrow. We can't wait for what's needed today. Home is where the heart is. Home is where we all belong. For the politics or war, what would it all be for? It's where the heart is.
Scene 4, outside Ford's Theater. Booth and Matthews meet midday.
Now, just remember to stay in the moment. Remember, it's not only acting when you have lines.
I can't believe I let you talk me into this.
I'll be there in a minute to watch. Don't embarrass me now. I stuck my neck out there.
No promises, my friend.
Booth chuckles. Matthews exits inside Ford's Theater. Booth sits on the steps of Ford's Theater and lights a cigarette. Washington is busy and excited with joyful enthusiasm. Booth becomes sullen. Baker, in disguise as a lame Confederate veteran, approaches Booth.
Hello, my lad. Can I borrow one man? Just one man to light this world of darkness.
Sure is sad. That is for damn sure. You fight?
Yeah, I fought.
Under who?
Jackson. I was with him at First Bull Run, where he got his name, Stonewall. It's also where I got my limp.
Old Stonewall would turn in his grave if he saw what was becoming of his country.
Be strong, my man. Don't you lose your hope and passion. There's a chance you still can use those heroes have.
Wait, do I know you?
This meeting is not by chance, my brother. Read this.
Baker hands Booth a letter to read. When Booth reads it, he is surprised by its contents. Afterward, Baker burns it and sets it aflame with his lit cigarette.
The choice is yours. You're the last one among us for the country that you love. It's your chance to make a difference. One final stand. I will leave you now, John Wilkes Booth. You know what must be done. A nation is counting on you, son.
Scene 5, inside Ford's Theater, midday. Their rehearsal for Our American Cousin is underway. Harry Hawk, Laura Keene, Augusta, and John Matthews are rehearsing.
When the president enters, you must face downstage on a 3 count and then sing. Okay? Let's try this. Focus. 1, 2, 3.
Hail to the chief.
No! Wrong! You must sing with me on my cue.
Well, what's the bloody cue?
Right.
Are we on 3 or do we wait for 3 and then sing?
Wait for me to say 3, and then you sing.
Right, that makes
Got
sense.
it.
Got it.
Yeah, Booth enters.
Hi, Johnny Cakes.
Oh, Miss Keene, I can't stand our moments apart.
Can't live without me, eh?
Just observing greatness in action. Mind if I watch for a spell? I've got rehearsal in an hour.
You go right ahead, Johnny. Just think, the President and Mrs. Lincoln will be sitting right there tomorrow night.
You Brits are always suckers for political drama.
Come on now, it's a comedy this time, Johnny.
Oh, I'm sure there will be some fine acting, no doubt about that.
Now we have an audience. Let's move to Act 3. Johnny here will tell us if we hit our marks.
Oh, it would be my pleasure.
Booth enters the presidential box and looks around. He sits on Lincoln's rocker and ponders. The following excerpt is from Our American Cousin, Act 3, Scene 3.
Dear obedient child, De Boots has excellent expectations, but then they are only expectations after all. This American is rich, and on the whole, I think a well-regulated affection ought to incline to Asa Trenchard.
Very well, Mama.
At the same time, you must be cautious, or in grasping at Asa Trenchard's solid good qualities, you may miss them. Oh, and De Boots' expectations into the bargain.
Oh, I will take care not to give up my hold on poor De Boots till I am quite sure of the American.
That's my own girl.
Enter Asa.
Ah, Mr. Trenchard, we were just talking of your archery powers.
Well, I guess shooting with bows and arrows is just about like most things in life. All you've got to do is keep the sun out of your eyes, look straight, pull string, calculate the distance, and you're sure to hit the mark. In like most things in life as well as shooting.
Booth yawns sarcastic.
Oh, stop! You droning half-faced flummox! If you would have continued, I'd be sleeping. You sure picked the wrong business, Harry. I need a break. When I come back, I want to see a group of actors committing to the scene. Don't you go anywhere, Johnny.
She slaps John Matthews on the butt while exiting. A beat.
Thanks a lot, John. Ladies and gentlemen, in her last performance ever, thank God, Laura Keene. What's the matter, lad? A little nervous?
No, nothing. I forget my lines. I get so nervous, and it's the first time acting. I'm usually behind the scenes.
Look, I understand. Hell with nerves, son. You just need to jump in. Didn't you see? She was making eyes with you all morning.
What? Wait, what are you talking about? Oh, no. No, John, what did you get me into?
I told you it wouldn't be easy.
Let me tell you a little something before you get all excited now. When those that be want a chance to see a brilliant piece of theater, there's one name they trust to stand on the thrust.
Hey, that's Laura, there goes Laura.
When it comes to my play, it's always my way. You don't like it? Get the hell out.
One more to go, it's an answer to prayer. Close the curtain, she'll be gone for certain. Laura Keene.
It's not my first time, don't you see them shine? I've done it 1,000 times. How about you? Why don't you take the true?
Hey, that's Laura, there goes Laura.
Growing older makes you bolder. Just leave it to the teacher.
Young man, you new, I just think I can help ya.
Come on along, you'll be singing my song.
What can you say after rolling her hair?
Laura Keene. Laura Keene. Laura Keene. Foulest damn woman that you ever did see. There goes Laura, the one and only. Laura Keene. Laura Keene.
So can we hope that we what was told me? It's out of her way or she'll make you pay.
Say, you're an actor, will you play my master?
Laura Keene.
There was a time in days of old when Laura lent me a hand. My career was down, my fortune was up. It was time for my life to rise. So I lost some shame and found some fame. It kept me in the theater. Thank God above for my desperate love, my Laura, Laura Keene.
Laura Keene. Laura Keene. Foulest damn woman that you ever did see. There goes Laura, the one and only. Laura Keene. Laura Keene. One more to go, sweet Jesus, make her go.
Yet I stand here and vow that I owe her my rear now.
Lord, no more, what you should have in store.
That's
Laura Keene.
Scene 6, White House Cabinet Meeting, afternoon. Scene opens on President Lincoln's cabinet meeting in his office. The secretaries are all seated around Lincoln's desk.
We're talking about the South, right? No.
Gentlemen! Now is the time for healing. Now is the time we must come together once again as a perfect union. We must. General Grant, tell them what you said.
I sent them home and made them promise to never again take up arms against the United States of America.
That's all. You sent them home with a promise. You give them the power to vote in that Congress, and they will be ruling you all. You will see. You'll see.
Gentlemen! Mr. Stanton, I always knew you as one who speaks his mind, but I ask you, if we rule the South with our political whips, are we not practicing the same slavery we are trying to abolish? No man is good enough to govern another man without that other's consent.
I tell you that if you give them power, there is nothing to prevent them again from engaging in this bloody war. We won the war, gentlemen. Now it's time to preserve the freedom that was won.
Stanton, it's been 5 gruesome years. Hasn't enough blood already been shed?
No. Like hell it has. I will not rest until every one of them damn graycoats are hanging from a tree.
Gentlemen, a house divided against itself will not stand. We must forgive. We must unite in this changed world. Are we a nation built on freedom? We rule with iron chains. How much pain must be endured to live without the reins? Remember our good Lord said to turn the other cheek. He died for our sins. He died for our freedom. United we stand. United we rise. United we stand till we reach heaven's sky. And when the trouble comes, we'll stand on that line. We'll stand hand in hand together. United we rise.
Don't you see? United is not possible.
And so was our struggle with our friends across the sea, I suppose. A word we say in church, can we heal our broken hearts and minds while waiting in the lurch? Remember how they fought, the British on that line. They fought for the freedom. They fought for our freedom. United we stand. United we rise. United we stand till we reach heaven's skies. And when the trouble comes, we'll stand on that line. We'll stand hand in hand together. United we rise.
How can you pretend this quarrel never happened? How can you forgive their treason? You give them power, they will rise back up against you.
I trust each and every one of you understands the importance of this time. History will judge us. They will judge us for our actions for all time. My decision stands. Let them reclaim their lives. Let us allow the change in our hearts to take hold.
Stanton exits and slams the door.
United we stand, united we'll rise, united we stand, till we reach heaven's skies, and when the trouble comes, we'll stand on that line, we'll stand hand in hand together, united we rise, united we rise. We will rise.
how much longer?
Who knows? He thinks he is looking out for me. Lincoln himself oversaw the appointment yesterday.
By separating us with the godforsaken ocean. He plays with people's lives like they're putty in his damn hands.
Maybe if you were not so outspoken, my dear. John, look around you. Look at where you are living. Maybe if you paid the least attention to what you said and how you said
I
it.
cannot help but be who I am, Lucy.
John, I know this war was not your fault.
It was.
John, I am worried about you.
This whole world is backwards, Lucy. Who are they to tell us how to live? You once asked me what I wish for. Right now, I wish we could exist outside of this world.
I understand you, darling.
It's not too late. Come with me. Say you will.
I don't want to say what you already know, my love. How is it our love will survive with this whole world against us? They try to break us. Are we destined now to fall? Are we destined now to fall? This love I have with you forever, forever, love till our hearts beat fast, finding ways just to carry on. When I walk alone, I fear my words' pain will all be clear, falling one moment at a time.
It's not too late. Come with me. Say you will. Never in my life felt someone like you. You came to me and kidnapped my mind. I found what love was, hiding by your side. Don't let me fall. Don't let me fall. This love I have with you, forever falling in love. We will keep this dream alive. To the shores of Spain our love will carry on. In dreaming we will love, in living we will fall. Falling one moment at a time. Forever falling in love till our hearts beat fast, finding ways just to carry on.
When I walk alone, I fear my heart's pain will all be clear.
And when you are hurting, just know I'll be searching. We'll be falling one moment at a time. Don't let me fall. 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 We'll be falling one moment at a time.
Bye, darling.
Lucy gives Booth her engagement ring back and kisses him one last time. Lucy hurriedly exits crying. Booth sits on the park bench. Rejoicing citizens walk past about victory in the war. Booth's sadness turns to anger. He takes out a letter and pencil.
Right or wrong, God judged me, not man. My love is now for the South alone. Nor do I deem it a dishonor attempting to make for her a prisoner to this man, to whom she owes so much misery. Confederate doing duty upon his own responsibility. A man who loves his country more than life. J. Wilkes Booth.
Scene 8, Streets of Washington, dark. Booth walks the streets of Washington. One at a time, Booth's conspirators join his walk through the Washington streets. First, David Harold joins Booth. Then, Lewis Powell. And finally, George Atzerodt. They all stop in front of a crowd that has gathered, listening to Lincoln's speech from the balcony of the White House.
To the blacks we say, this cup of liberty which these your old masters hold to your lips, we will dash from you, and lead you to the chances of gathering the spilled and scattered contents in some vague and undefined when, where, and how.
Oh, no way.
We must encourage their hearts and join their arms to adhere to their work and argue for it and fight for it and feed it and grow it and ripen it to a complete success. The colored man, in seeing all united for him, will be inspired with diligence, energy, and daring. Grant that he desires the elective franchise, will he not attain it sooner by saving these already advanced steps toward it than by running back again?
That means colored citizenship. Now, by God, I am going to put him through. That is the last speech he will ever give. Come on.
Blackout. Scene 9, Mary Surratt's boarding house, midnight. The conspirators, David Harold, Lewis Powell, and George Atzerodt, are seated around a table and talking in Booth's boarding room. Mary Surratt knocks on the door and enters.
Some whiskey for you, gentlemen?
Why, thank you, Mrs. Surratt. One of us fine men never refused that.
Mary serves the gentleman whiskey and then exits.
Gentlemen, for days I have been grieving. The weight of Lee's surrender presses deeply upon my heart. And this damned rejoicing is pouring salt in the wound. Time has come for action, gentlemen. For too long we sat back, afraid of swift action. Time has come to prove our worth, to stand and deliver.
Booth places his revolver on the table. The conspirators react to seeing the revolver. A beat.
Look, time is running out for us. The war is hanging on by a thread. Tomorrow we might not have a country to come home to. The longer we wait, the longer this ink burns this country to the ground. I will be damned. We need to strike the dagger now before it's too late. Think beyond yourselves. What is next? Freedom to vote in schools for our children, a colored president. Of all the men who won't be coming home, think of all your brothers who were slain. When you return to your homes, raised and torched by fire, will you find they died in vain? If you do nothing, they'll have died in vain.
You know I always stand with the cause.
I know, Lewis. You know I can always count on you. George, how about it?
Are you hearing this? I did not agree. Murder's not in my pedigree. You will surely hang before this evil in your heart. Go on with your plot, but consider me a part.
It's too late to walk. If you go, you won't go farther. We all have conspired here. These men here are your brothers. You will not pull away. If you wish to see the sunrise, this is more than you or me. We are bound in destiny. Look, I have spent the last 5 years of my life biting my tongue, constantly seeing everything I seem sacred trampled by this bastard. Well, enough is enough. When Caesar Augustus stood before his empire and abused his power, there was only one man brave enough to do what must be done. Gentlemen, tonight we stand with Brutus. This is it. There is no turning back. This is it. Think to the future.
But why do you need us? Lincoln is yours. Go get him.
Perhaps I have not been clear, my brothers. Our plan must be grander. This one kill would not do now, with others in the wings.
Booth throws their pictures down on the table one at a time.
Lincoln. Vice President Johnson. Secretary Stewart. General Grant.
All?
All.
Insanity.
It's the only way, George. David, you work in the pharmacy, correct?
Yes, Mr. Booth, but
Could you by chance prepare a small medicine package for Secretary Seward for tomorrow evening?
I could arrange it, sure.
Perfect. Then tomorrow night at 10:15 exactly, you will lead Mr. Powell here to the Secretary's house on Washington Street. As fate would have it, the Secretary is recovering from a terrible carriage accident. All we need is Mr. Powell here to finish the job. Offer the medicine as your Trojan horse. Once inside, you make it quick, get out of there. We're all counting on you, Powell.
I won't let you down, John.
Mr. Azeroth, you will check into the National Hotel tonight. Vice President Johnson awaits his destiny in room 110. I trust we understand each other. Precisely at 10:15, make it quick. And get out. We will meet at the safe house, and then it's south to freedom, my boys.
I didn't sign up for this.
A nation is resting on your shoulders for our lives, for the future. Tomorrow night we will fight, we will rise as noble heroes. Tomorrow night we will strike, we will make the final blow. When the veil is lifted, the world will all agree with our fight to end this tyranny. Tomorrow night, hear the call. It's our time to raise the ashes. Tomorrow night, we will strike and throw the hammer down. When the curtain rises, we'll take our final vows, so the South shall live forevermore.
There's no one
It's
left.
up to us. Tomorrow night, we will fight, we will rise as noble heroes. Tomorrow night, we will strike, we will make the final blow. When the veil is lifted, the world will all agree much, my brothers. They will remember tomorrow. Tomorrow night.
Scene 10, Abraham Lincoln's office, midday. Lincoln is seated at his desk reading through letters. Elizabeth Keckley knocks and enters with Secretary Stanton close behind. Secretary Stanton bursts through the door.
Secretary Stanton, sir.
Mr. Stanton, to what do I owe this pleasant rise?
Mr. President, about yesterday, I want to have a follow-up word.
Oh. So, Edwin, what is on your mind, or shall I guess?
Sir, I am not like the others who bend blindly to your will. You will hear what I have to say, or at least I can stand upon my record when this all goes sour.
Calm down, Stanton.
You sit so calm and peaceful. You think peace will be here soon. You send them home today with a promise and a prayer. You're blind to what was taken. When dealing with our future, the South must pay for the crimes today. So we don't relive this tomorrow.
Don't judge my position, even when you've worn my shoes. The nation needs a father now, some harbinger of fear. Do not presume to know the future for all to see. The force you crave leads you to the grave, whether them or you or me.
Sir, you aren't our Messiah. You don't rule with divine right. You can fix all your problems, though you try with all your might. How can you fix the hatred?
Why increase the bloodshed? How can you bring us all together as one? You need to comprehend freedom never in this scheme.
Just
we want to be just one or have prey on the run. Prepare
to
us
hunt them down now.
Lord, you are dead.
Tie the noose, then let them loose.
Send them home, let our love be shown
To the men
who are our brothers.
You're spineless.
You will mind your place, sir.
You are a coward. 5 years of war and you're still a yellow coward.
You, sir, are the tyrant. I refuse to be a part of your bloodlust anymore.
Conversations with you are a waste of breath. You, sir, are incorrigible.
I said enough! If you can't respect me, at least respect this office, Edwin. To take the higher ground is to live the lives we promised them. To bind this nation's wounds, it's time to move on.
Just know this. The sentiment out there will not be changed with your little pat on the head. They will not just go away.
Stanton, do I not destroy my enemies, but I make them my friends?
Oh, you talk in metaphors. But you're blind, sir. Your life is also in danger. This is no secret. Assassination threats are coming in from everywhere now. I can bring them from my office. I suggest you actually do heed my mind. There is not much left time to change yours.
Stanton moves to exit and is stopped by Lincoln's comments.
Do you think the boys that lie buried in the field risk less? This life, we are given one birth. We owe one death. You are correct. It is not a secret, Secretary. I read every one of these threats. I keep them in a box. I can show you. To worry about that is to die over and over again 1,000 times. I am prepared to pay what I owe, but only when God says it's time to take me, not a second before. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a date with Mrs. Lincoln. which if I miss, I will be in much more danger than those threats you speak of.
Well, I won't take up any more of your time, sir.
Goodbye, Stanton.
Sir?
Tad climbs out from hiding under his father's desk.
Papa, I'm scared of that man. I want you to be okay. I want to hurt you, Papa.
Oh, don't you worry about that now, okay?
I love you.
I love you too, Tad.
Scene 11, Washington Streets, Carriage, afternoon. Abraham Lincoln and Mary Lincoln sit together in the back of a carriage throughout this scene. They are on a sightseeing trip through the streets of Washington.
No.
It has been a while now, us together like this.
I'd almost forgotten what it was like. God, I love the spring. The fresh air, the new beginnings.
Things will get better, Mary. Now that the war is over, these burdens we can all just cast aside.
Even peace won't bring our Willie back.
I know. God, but I miss that boy.
Oh, I know, darling, me too.
One day we will all be together again. I know this to be true.
I am grateful for your darling. Oh, I love you. It's been so long since we've been together, just sitting here right by your side. It's been so long since you held your hand in my hand and gazed into my tired eyes. What I'd give to see you smile again. I want to put this life behind me. I didn't ask for these tests which God gave me. I'm holding back what I feel inside. Take me back home to Springfield, where life was fresh and time worth taking. Lord, take me back home to Springfield once more. My husband and boys, back to
Mary, my love, I'm sorry for this pain I've caused you. This life has taken its toll. It's been so long since I felt God's peace inside me. I need the strength to see me through. I know deep in my heart a bright future will start again. I promise to fight for us with all my might. Tomorrow will be much brighter than before. Take me back home to Springfield. When this bloody work is done, take me back home to Springfield and reclaim what I belong. Back to Springfield. back in Springfield. Back in Springfield.
You be there by my side.
Back in Springfield.
Ensemble enters and surrounds the carriage to pay tribute to Lincoln as their hero. Lincoln doffs his cap to receive their loud applause. Segue.
There he is! Oh! Mr. Redmond! Mr. Redmond! Hi! Lincoln! Good.
Here we stand on sacred ground, praying tomorrow is brighter than our past. We're waiting upon for which the Lord has cast the bridge of tomorrow. Begins with you. Now's the time our path is clear. Our stations are set for our true destiny. Our lighted path will lead us to your will, the bridge of tomorrow. Begins with you.
Scene 12, inside of Ford's Theater, evening. Throughout this scene, the action occurs as we are watching Laura Keene's theater company perform Our American Cousin. During voiceovers, the action on the stage turns to pantomime.
Mr. Booth,
Whiskey, straight. Leave the bottle.
you're never gonna eclipse your father's fame drinking like that.
I'll learn from the best, I guess. Listen, when I finally leave the stage for good, I'm going to be the most talked about man in America.
Okay, God, we're always taking these so damn personal, John. It was a joke.
Head next door, I heard there's about to be some brilliant acting.
Locale, inside Ford's Theater. Enter Mrs. Monchessington and Augusta.
Yes, my child. Well, Mr. DeBoots and Mr. Trenchard are both here. You must ask yourself seriously as to the state of your affections. Remember, your happiness for life will depend upon the choice you make.
What would you advise, Mama? You know I'm always advised by you.
Dear obedient child, DeBoots has excellent expectations, but then they are only expectations. After all, and this American is rich, and on the whole, I think a well-regulated affection ought to incline to Asa Trenchard.
Oh, I will take care not to give up my hold on poor DeBoots till I am quite sure of the American.
Well, that's a good thing. You must be cautious, or in grasping at Asa Trenchard's solid good qualities, you may miss them, and DeBoots' expectations in the bargain. So that's my own girl.
Hey, kid, can you hold this horse for a couple minutes?
Yes, Mr. Booth.
She's a mean, you need to hold on tight.
I've got her. Don't worry.
Enter Asa Trenchard.
Oh, Mr. Trenchard, we were just talking of your archery powers.
Well, I guess shooting with bows and arrows is just about like most things in life. All you gotta do is keep the sun out of your eyes, look straight, pull string, calculate the distance, and you're sure to hit the mark in most things as well as shooting.
But not in England, Mr. Trenchard. There are disinterested hearts that only ask an opportunity of showing how they despise that gold.
Well, I suppose there are, Ms. Gusty.
All I crave is affection.
Do you now? I wish I could make sure of that, for I've been cruelly disappointed in that particular.
Yes, but we are old friends, Mr. Trenchard, and you needn't be afraid of us.
Oh, I ain't afraid of you. Both of you. Together.
Johnny boy, great to see you.
How are you, Mr. Ford?
Well, I would assume you stayed away tonight. You know who is here.
Nothing would keep me from being here tonight.
Well, enjoy the show, John.
Goodbye, Mr. Ford.
The scene continues as Booth makes his way to the presidential box. Abraham Lincoln is sitting next to Mary Lincoln, who is sitting next to Clara Harris and Sergeant Henry Rathbone. Booth hands his calling card to the guard watching the door. He allows Booth to pass into the box atrium.
My love, you had better go.
You crave affection. You do. Now I've no fortune, but I'm filling over with affections, which I'm ready to pour all over you like hot apple sass over roast pork.
Mr. Trenchard! You will please recollect you are addressing my daughter, and in my presence.
Yes, I'm offering her my heart and hand just as she wants nothing in them.
Augusta dear, to your room.
Booth opens the presidential box.
Yes, Ma. The nasty beast.
I am aware, Mr. Trenchard, that you are not used to the manners of good society, and that alone will excuse the impertinence of which you have been guilty.
Don't know the manners of good society, eh? Well, I guess I know enough to turn you inside out, old gal. You sockdologizing old man trap!
Vile dog, Six and for Tyrannus, your tyrant reign is over. Six and for Tyrannus, a mile for your devil now. Six and for Tyrannus, how hot's the fires of hell? And it's always with tyrants, giant traitors death. And it's always with tyrants, as you draw your final breath. This night goes in history, as my name will live in infamy. Six and for Tyrannus, forever will you burn. I would do it all again. Six and for Tyrannus, can't you hear them cheering? Six and for Tyrannus, you deserve what you have gotten. Six and for Tyrannus, slavery lives while you are rotten. Every Caesar has his wounds, every Jesus has his Judas. You turned on the Southland, on our rights and liberty. You leave me little choice, but to cut your final act. Our names are intertwined, now fame is for all time. Tyrannus, hear the reaper toll for thee. Six and for Tyrannus, it's the penance for your treason. Six and for Tyrannus, don't worry, Father Abraham. Six and for Tyrannus, you're not alone where you are damned. And it's always with tyrants as they draw their final breath. And it's always with tyrants as we watch your final breath. Your death will go in history as my name will live in infamy. Six and for Tyrannus, forever will you burn. The South shall be free.
Somebody stop that man!
Oh my God!